Our first test is we're checking for leaks. We're going to push down on the brake. After the initial drop, we should not lose over 3 psi in 1 minute. We're going to hold for that minute and watch the gauges. We're checking for leaks. After holding for a minute, we're going to continue to the second brake test. In order to do the second brake test, we're going to fan the brake down, and before 60 on both gauges, the light should come on and the alarm. So I'm going to start fanning it down right now, and we're going to be watching for the light and listening for the alarm. The light has come on, and you can now hear the alarm. The alarm has changed. And I'm going to look over to my gauges. Both of them, it did come on before 60. So my light and my alarm are working. I can now go to my third test. I'm going to fan it down, and be at 40 or below, my brake valve should pop. I'm going to be watching the brake valve, not the gauges. The brake valve did pop and the brakes engage below 40. That completes the air brake check. I'm now going to start the vehicle back up. And let my gauges air back up between 100 and 125 and do my inside check. I now want to check my seats to make sure that my seats are mounted firmly to the floor and my seat bottoms are mounted firmly to the frame. I want to check all my emergency windows and my door to make sure that they open from the inside and the alarm works. I want to check both of my emergency hatches to make sure they open properly and that my strobe is working. I can see my strobe working. I'm now going to close my hatch. Another emergency exit that I need to check is the back window. I need to check that it opens from the inside and closes and the alarm works. After checking all of my emergency exits, I'm now going to sit down again and send the examiner off the bus so that we can check the front lights and the rear lights. When doing your light checks, either go from the top to the bottom or bottom to the top. Sequencing will help you in remembering which lights you've done already. After the examiner exits the bus, shut your door and turn on your master switch. Be sure and point to the lights as you do them. I'm going to turn on my amber student warning lights. After the amber student warning lights, I'm going to turn on my red student warning lights. I'm also going to point to my safety arm and my stop arms. I'm now going to shut my red student warning lights off and my master switch. I'm going to go to my right turn signal. I'm going to turn on my right turn signal and point to it. Turn it off. Turn on my left turn signal and point to it. Turn off my left turn signal. Turn on my four-way hazard lights. I'm going to turn off my four-way flashers, hazard lights. I'm going to turn on my low beam headlight and my high beam headlight. I'm going to turn my headlights off and I'm going to blow my horn to notify the examiner we are now done with the front lights and they need to go to the rear. I'm now going to check my rear lights. I want to make sure that the examiner's where he can see the lights and I can see him. I'm going to again start at the top and work down. I'm going to do my amber student warning lights. I'm going to shut that off and go to my red student warning lights. I'm going to shut my red student warning lights off and my master switch. I'm going to now check my right turn signal. My left turn signal. My four-way and hazard. I'm going to put my foot on the brake to check the brake lights, and then I'm going to put it in reverse to check my backup lights. After completing the back lights, I want to blow my horn again to let the examiner know that I finished the back lights, and I also want to check to make sure that they pick up my brake chocks so that I can continue with the next two brake tests. I need to check that my parking brake is holding. I do that by shifting the vehicle to drive, accelerating just a little bit to make sure that the parking brake is holding. It is holding. The last brake check is the service brake check. I want to make sure that my service brake is working properly. I'll do that by pulling ahead 5 miles per hour and applying the brake. I want to make sure that the bus does not pull to the right or the left. I'm going to shift to drive, release my parking brake, and pull ahead 5 miles per hour. Ease down on the brake and make sure the vehicle doesn't pull to the right or the left and the service brake is holding. We've now completed the pre-trip inspection for the CDL test. We hope this video helps you obtain your CDL license. Be careful on the road and remember, you're transporting our children.